Welcome to the April edition of Kentucky Farm Bureau Reports. You know, our volunteer leaders have been really busy this past month. They were in Washington, D.C. for the congressional tour. They were in Frankfort for Food Checkout Day. And they were at policy development meetings like this one here in Spencer County, where policy development begins.
This is our District 5 meeting, and discuss everything, see what's going on.
District meetings like this one in Spencer County for District 5 help to determine policy for the coming year.
With a solution.
We'll have a group meeting through the whole district with policy development, discuss different other things that are going on across Farm Bureau and across the state. There's been a lot of talk about the black vultures, getting that passed in policy, getting that where farmers can actually protect their livestock.
The General Assembly will be.
Thank you.
I appreciate you seeing us this morning.
Oh, I always love to see the Farm Bureau.
Food Checkout Day is a day that we recognize our farmers and ranchers for the food that they produce for us, which is very affordable food. Most countries pay a very high percentage of their income for their food that they have on their tables to eat. But in celebrate and tell our legislators what agriculture is about, what farming is about, and the affordable food that we produce each and every day.
Members and staff handed out food baskets to state senators and representatives to celebrate Food Checkout Week. The baskets are a thank you for their support of agriculture.
This gives the legislatures an idea of the type of products that are produced in the state of Kentucky and produced here locally to where they can enjoy those products.
Bad weather was no deterrent to our members as they braved the snow and ice to travel to Washington, D.C. for the annual congressional tour. The popular event had over 200 participants from 53 counties. During the annual congressional breakfast, Farm Bureau members had the opportunity to meet with their district representatives in a casual setting.
And I want to thank my 5th District folks for showing up in big numbers. Raise your hand, 5th District, raise your hand. Biggest crowd we've had from my district since I've been here. Thank you.
I want to thank all of you for what you do and taking the time to come to Washington, D.C. We genuinely appreciate it. We've got a large group from the 1st Congressional District, and when this breakfast is over, those of you that would be interested, we can meet up here.
So America always figures out and pulls through, and that's why it's important that you come here and you be engaged and you be part of the process, because we all do it together. You send representatives to serve, and we get to serve in a great place, and we appreciate that. But we're representatives. We all do it together, and if we work hard and do it together, we'll continue to have rising suns.
The best stewards of our land are the farmers. Does anybody here live on the farm where they farm? Could show of hands, or part of the farm that you're the person least likely to damage that soil, to damage that water, and make it less profitable next year or for the next generation.
I certainly appreciate earning the Friend of Farm Bureau Award. Got a great group from the 6th Congressional District here, and I'm just so proud to represent Central and Eastern Kentucky, the heart of the...
After breakfast, our members had the opportunity to meet personally and discuss Farm Bureau policy with their representatives.
Yeah, these books are really helpful. They go in great detail.
Why is it important to place a policy book in their hands?
We ask them to support our policy. We don't endorse candidates, and we ask them to support our policy, to endorse our policies. And so we want them to know what we believe. We want them to have it with them. Anytime that a bill comes up that they want to look at one part of it and look back and see what our policy says. A lot of them do that. A lot of them have won the Friend of Farm Bureau Award for their voting records and stuff. So we appreciate that, but we feel like our policy is the backbone of our organization. It comes up from the grassroots, and that's what our building block is, and we come here to try and create that environment that we can work with them and they can work with us.
Later that afternoon, the entire group was invited to attend a question and answer session with United States Senators Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul.
Most things, even though 51 is a majority.
I think there are some things we can get done. In fact, I'm going to the White House from here to work on one project that I think we can possibly get some movement on. So if you have any suggestions for the president, give me your suggestions before we leave and I'll take them to him.
Priority issues, and I look forward to working with you again for this whole Congress.
The winter storm was no match for enthusiastic buyers who shattered records of the 29th annual Kentucky Farm Bureau Beef Expo at the Kentucky Exposition Center. Sales totaled $1.39 million, breaking last year's record of $1.14 million, and crossing the 1 million barrier for the fourth consecutive year. Farm Bureau leadership was on hand for check presentations and congratulations. 20 Kentucky Farm Bureau certified roadside markets gathered at the state office for a workshop with guest speakers.
Each packet, you've got our Kentucky Proud magazine from the first year.
The workshop served as a time for sharing ideas and gathering information. Farm Bureau employees from the insurance and the Federation volunteered their time and traveled to Lexington to take part in this year's KET Telefund. KET was excited that our team helped raise over $26,000. Now, here's our calendar of coming events. Postmark deadline for the Paul D. Everman, the Lewis F. Eisen, and the Young Farmer Scholarship applications are all due on April the 24th. Well, that's it for the April edition of Kentucky Farm Bureau Reports. There was a lot of good discussion here tonight, and of course, good fellowship. We'll see you next time.